On the day I entered the palace, while other concubines were thinking of how to curry favor, I was different. I have a death-seeking personality. I only wanted to drag my scum of a father, my stepmother, and my green tea stepsister with me to the afterlife. After all, in this world, it seems only by assassinating the emperor could I commit a crime heinous enough to get my entire clan wiped out. I was born into the Minister of Works manor. Ever since my mother passed away early, I began to despise everyone in the manor equally. My father promoted his concubine to be his wife. On their wedding night, he was all lovey-dovey with that paywoman. I dangled my head from the rafters to watch them below, and scared the living daylights out of them. My stepsister, Cui Ruxia, was rude and unreasonable. She wanted to snatch my hair accessories, so I kicked her into the frozen lake. That PI woman punished me by making me kneel in the ancestral hall. So I set a fire and nearly burned down the ancestral tablets. That was my life from age 8 to 18. My track record is verifiable. Morals, conduct, forget it. Recently, Cui Ruxia came up to me again with her snide remarks. Sister, you're about to enter the palace. With your jinxed aura, I doubt you'll survive 3 days in there. Sister, while you're still able to move, go eat something good. She didn't know that I had already decided to assassinate the emperor. Once I make my move, my whole family will have to head off to the afterlife together to apologize to my mother in the underworld. My mother will surely be pleased when she knows I'm bringing the whole family to see her. On the night I was to serve him, Li Xuandu came in, cussing up a storm. I already said I'm not interested in women. Yapping all day and night, so annoying. What the hell? An assassin? Wait, this assassin is actually kind of pretty. It's like I've seen a fairy. Is your brain filled with mush? Is there something seriously wrong with this emperor? I can tell you've never killed anyone before. If you want to kill with one strike, you should stab here. Mother of God, I think I've met a pervert. Be serious. At a time like this, you should be shouting for the guards. My love, this sword is truly beautiful. Where did you buy it? Even the calluses on your hands are so lovely. There is no saving him. There is absolutely nothing I can do. You've captured me. You can't go capturing anyone else now, okay? Then he went on to compliment me from head to toe, not even sparing my fingernails. My love, your hair is like clouds and mist. Your eyes are like those of a fairy from a painting. Your red lips need no rouge. Your fingers are slender like jade. And even your nails have a delicate pink luster. Even the flowers embroidered on your shoe tips are as beautiful as you are. It is not a question of calling for guards anymore. I should be calling them. to come and save my ears. I'm already grown up, and I haven't tried the company of a man yet. Should I maybe give it a try? You're just too close. You smell so good. This emperor is so annoying. But I can't actually kill him. I really want to slap him. My love, why did you hit me? It is all your fault. You're holding up my business. A slap is a kiss, a scolding is love. My love, that slap sounded lovely. Hit me a few more times. I won't be holding court today. Not holding court. Then what are you going to hold? How disgusting. Oh, crap. This dim-witted emperor doesn't seem like he is going to wipe out my whole family anymore. The facts prove that Li Xuandu is definitely a masochist. In just a few encounters, I hit him and he gifts me jewelry. I scold him and he hands me gold. I hit him and scold him. And he just went and promoted me to a noble consort. If this keeps up, I'm afraid I'll end up as empress. My father is grinning from ear to ear at court, while I'm grinding my teeth in anger here in the palace. Damn it. The death date I had all planned out has been pushed back again. Since he won't kill me, I'll just annoy him to death. One day, Li Xuandu brought a night pearl to coax me. My beloved consort. My beloved consort, this is a night pearl offered as tribute. Do you like it? I don't like this. And I don't like you. Then what do you like? I like eunuchs. Surely this should make him despise me now. Otherwise, he keeps saying things I love to hear. And I'm afraid I won't want to die anymore. Name my father the Crown Prince. Name my stepmother the Empress Dowager. Name Cui Ruxia, the Grand Empress Dowager. Once yours are named, we'll name yours too. Don't be impatient. Our whole family will usurp the throne together. Hey, you. Come here. Read what is written on this. Read it already. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Start screaming now, and then go report it to the emperor immediately. Have our whole villainous family arrested. An imperial decree without a seal cannot be made official. Useless. Of course, I know that. Wait, why does this voice sound so familiar? You, why are you wearing a eunuch's uniform? My beloved consort, didn't you say you liked eunuchs? I had 500 sets made. I'll wear a different one for you every day. Are you out of your mind? Can't you see I'm forging an imperial decree? My father, my stepmother, are about to usurp the Li family throne. That is it. I see. I'll go get the imperial seal and stamp it for you right now. Otherwise, the decree won't be valid. You incompetent ruler. He has lost it. This emperor has completely lost his mind. So much for trying to get myself killed. I have to try a different approach. The Empress Dowager just returned to the palace. If I just take her out, that should get my entire clan executed, right? Oh no, she pricked me, so who do I prick now? Hold your blade. Thank goodness. Thank goodness you were here. You're celebrating too soon. Good child. Come, let the Empress Dowager have a look. Go to the afterlife. Assassins, protect the Empress Dowager. Protect Consort Jin. That is right. I am the assassin. Hurry up and arrest me. Consort Jin, you must be frightened. Your subordinate will escort you back to your quarters. What has happened here? Can't you tell? There are assassins. Speak clearly. Don't beat around the bush. Who dares to harm her? I will have their entire clan executed. My son, is this your new consort? Mother, so you're here too. Forget it. Take her to get bandaged up first. You saved our life. Remember to come and collect your reward tomorrow. Mother Empress, the reward can just be delivered. Why make her run another errand? Summon the imperial physician. Quickly summon the physician. It is just a small scratch. By the time the physician arrives, it'll have already scabbed over. If this were in the past, you would have already slapped me. It seems it really hurts, doesn't it? Physician Zhang, since you're already here, take a look at the emperor first. There is something wrong with his head. Is this even something I should be hearing, damn it? Consort Jin. In this subject's opinion, the illness is in the heart, not the body. Say that again. Who are you saying is ill? Your Majesty, save me. The consort is being mean to me. Double your salary for this month. This humble subject was being oversensitive. You are indeed sensitive, Minister. My illness seems quite serious. Physician, why don't you examine me instead? Is the Emperor's health ailing? My heart is beating so hard it feels like it is going to jump out. What illness is this? I cannot treat this illness. This is the stench of love. Recently, Li Xuandu has been reviewing memorials, and even when he is busy, he still comes to coax me to sleep. At night, I dreamed of my mother at night, and woke up crying and screaming. Mother is here. My good daughter, don't be afraid. Mother is here. Damn it. Li Xuandu is actually farming favor with my mother, treating me like a nursing child. Physician Zhang is right. I really do have an illness of the heart. If things go on like this, I'm almost starting to treat Li Xuandu like my mother. The look in his eyes is as forgiving as my mother's gaze back then, though it is not actually the same, but I can't read it. After the palace maid's assassination attempt, and because I saved the emperor, I have free reign in the palace. Consort Shu couldn't take it, and ran to the Empress Dowager to badmouth me incessantly. Empress Dowager, please uphold justice for me. That consort Jin is relying on her merit from saving the emperor, and is acting so arrogant, so domineering. Oh, Is that so? Consort Shu is the daughter of the Empress Dowager's younger brother. She has been by the Empress Dowager's side since she was little, getting whatever she wants and having everything her way. So, a few days later, the Empress Dowager summoned me to Signing Palace for tea. Consort Jin. The Empress Dowager invites you to Signing Palace for tea. Tea? Finally, I can meet my maker. My lady, wait. I heard Consort Shu is there too. She has always been a troublemaker. If you go, there is bound to be trouble. Good girl. Well said. My lady. Consort Shu. Oh, Consort Shu. I hope you actually have some substance. It would be best if you could drag my entire family down with me. Consort Shu truly lives up to her years by the Empress Dowager's side. She could see that although the Empress Dowager felt displeased, she was still somewhat grateful to me for saving her. So, she decided to psychologically turn the Empress Dowager against me. There is an unwritten rule in the palace. One must never mention the late emperor in front of the Empress Dowager. Because the Empress Dowager was deeply in love with him, thinking of him only makes her depressed. So Consort Shu dug a pit for me first. Sister, there is something you don't know. The Empress Dowager misses the late emperor most of all. You should sing his praises later. The Empress Dowager will surely love that. You idiot. The Empress Dowager hates anyone mentioning the late emperor. Just wait until you're ordered to die. She laid a trap, and I jumped right in. But I don't know how to praise people. I only know how to insult them. Toads with 2 legs are hard to find, but men with 3 are everywhere. He flirted and chased skirts when he was alive, and expected his wife to stay faithful even after he died. What is there to miss about such a man? He is an absolute disgrace to us women. Consort Jin, do you know what you are saying? How bold. You dare to slander the Empress Dowager. I am insulting the late emperor. What does that have to do with the Empress Dowager? Everyone knows the Empress Dowager was deeply devoted to the late emperor. When the late emperor was critically ill, she kept vigil day and night. If you ask me, even if she had to be buried with him, she would get out. Did you hear me? My aunt told you to get out. This person is hopeless. I am talking about you. Aunt, you've lost your mind. For all these years, I have finally met a kindred spirit. That shameless late emperor. I have long loathed the sight of him. It turns out the Empress Dowager is also a hater of the late emperor. We hit it off immediately. We cursed 18 generations of the late emperor's ancestors. So satisfying. It has been so long since I felt this good. Well said. I don't have much to give you. But I've decided I will pass the title of Empress Dowager to you. I do not agree. Mother, you are turning her into my mother now. I can't allow that. This simply won't do. Pass on my imperial decree. Promote Consort Jin to noble consort. And just like that, the Empress Dowager and I became friends across generations. I helped her bash the late emperor, and she helped me bash my own father. Noble Consort Shu, being far too normal, suddenly couldn't fit into our little duo. Failing to rise in rank, she hatched another scheme. She organized an outing to show me some young palace guards. Sister, I know of a great spot. Let me take you to see it. Once I catch you and a guard in the act, let's see if you can still laugh. Oh, noble Consort Shu. Noble Consort Shu. I hope you can actually pull this off. Sister, look, aren't these young guards something? Broad shoulders, narrow waists. Unlike some people. That is it. This is nowhere near as fun as going back to bash the late emperor with the Empress Dowager. Mahjong. Consort Jin, you really are devious. What on earth was noble Consort Shu implying? Oh my, those 2 guards really were good-looking. What a pity. They were young with such smooth skin. And all that martial training makes for quite the chest muscles. My flesh isn't old either. My chest muscles are quite developed, too. The next morning at court, the dim-witted emperor started having vanity issues. Just because the prime minister glanced at him twice, he was accosted and grilled. "Prime Minister, what did you mean by looking at me like that? Do you think I'm getting old too?" "Your Majesty, I just had some sand in my eye." The new top scholar, barely past 20, was subjected to his sarcasm. "You made top scholar at such a young age. You didn't buy the position, did you? Investigate him." Has the emperor lost his mind? He nitpicked several guards for standing too straight. Why are those guards at the door dressed so gaudily? Who are they trying to seduce? Drag them out. Is this emperor going through menopause? Imperial physician Zhang, stay a moment. I have a question for you. A secret formula for beauty and youth. Your Majesty, is this a gift for Imperial Noble Consort Cui? Is it for the Empress Dowager? Neither. Imperial physician Zhang, your perspective is too narrow. This formula, I intend to use it myself. You must absolutely not leak it to any other men, especially those who are guards. In 7 days, I want to see results. If I may speak frankly, Your Majesty, you should focus your mind on affairs of state. I have worked hard for the sake of the country for many years. It is time I took better care of myself. If you handle this well, I will double your stipend. Money or no money, I have never cared for such things. Your Majesty, the stability of the empire, I'll double it again. Actually, loving the empire and loving oneself are not mutually exclusive. I shall go fetch the medicine for Your Majesty at once. My beloved consort, look at me. Is there anything different about me today? What is there to look at? Don't you look the same every single day? No, it is different. The fine lines around my eyes have lessened quite a bit recently. Fine. Whatever you say is true. I'm going to find Consort Shu. Consort Shu. Are you tired of me eating the same thing every day? Of course you'd get tired of it, since you cannot guarantee eternal favor. Why go through the trouble of provoking it? I admit it. The palace is indeed far less vast than the world outside. Nor can I do whatever I please like everyone else. Coax him. Hurry up and coax him. How am I supposed to coax someone? As expected, bickering is just another form of affection. You still care about me. Actually, if I dress up properly, I still look quite handsome. Just you wait and see. His Majesty really loves the Empress. I think he has lost his mind. Sister, let's not play cards today. Let's play something interesting. Let's bet on whose secret is more shocking. I'm afraid you're too reserved. I'll go first. I've seen those kinds of pictures. What do you mean by those kinds? Don't play dumb. None of you here have seen them. Hurry up, it is your turn. I've kissed a eunuch. Is that true? It is true, right there in my camp. What did you say? Having an affair with a eunuch. You're dead meat this time. I'm tired. I don't want to play anymore. Don't try to welch on the bet. Pay up first. There are thousands of people who have seen such pictures. But how many have kissed a eunuch? It is obvious. You lost this round. Your Highness, somebody asked me to pass you a message. They said to meet you in the Imperial Garden. Who is it? You'll know when you get there. My maid once told me that there are many unspeakable things in the palace that only happen at night. Unspeakable. I insist on seeing just how unspeakable they are. This person looks a bit familiar. The fish has taken the bait. Is there something wrong with him? What a coincidence. I came out for a stroll, and I happened to run into my consort. The moonlight is quite lovely tonight. I was just practicing my swordsmanship a bit. I've become quite rusty. Is it just my imagination? Li Xuandu's face seems even more handsome, and his physique is even better. Oops, my belt fell off. You can't blame me for that. Li Xuandu is using every trick in the book to seduce me. I mentioned that men who can cook are the most charming, and he ran off to the imperial kitchen to cook for me. It is too hot in the room. You don't mind, do you, my consort? This beauty trap of his is used quite effectively. Oh, Cui Wan, you have no self-control. Looking at it so much, I'm starting to get bored of it. I'm over men. Very well. Whatever my consort wishes. Regarding today's events, not a single word is to leak out. Yes, you may leave. My consort, do I look good to you? I have plenty of ways to keep you interested in me. Someone help me. Am I the one who is crazy? Or is he the crazy one? This Thunder Emperor is insane. I need to find Consort Shu to calm down. Little sister, you really know how to play games. What kind of mischief is she up to now? Having an affair with a eunuch. This time, you're dead. Mahjong. 10 hours 0 minutes and 0. Pay up. If you get down on your knees and beg me, perhaps I'll consider letting you die with some dignity. Mahjong again. Pay up, pay up. All you ever do is gamble. Today, I'll teach you what it means to be lost in the depths of the palace. Where are you running off to? You haven't paid yet. Your Majesty, I wish to report the noble consort for having an affair with a eunuch. About this, to think my own undutiful daughter would actually do such a thing. Your Majesty, my daughter is headstrong and has never listened to my teachings since she was young. I only beg you to grant her death, and please, do not implicate the rest of our family. There is no evidence for this yet. Are you so sure it was her? Watch how you die. I have a witness, Your Majesty. I am willing to stake my life on it. Consort Shu is a virtuous woman, while my daughter is steeped in vice. Naturally, I stand with Consort Shu. So that is how it is. Consort Shu, you have all misunderstood. That eunuch was me in disguise. The cook from the imperial kitchen. That was me. The guard in the back garden. That was me. Then that strange-looking maid. Also me. This shift in the inner palace is becoming impossible to keep up. I had been idling for some time. It wasn't until I saw my father that I remembered why I entered this palace in the first place. My father is a hypocrite of the highest order. More than a decade ago, penniless as he was, he orchestrated the ruin of my mother's reputation, only to feign deep affection and come asking for her hand. He could also hypocritically take a concubine under the guise of filial piety, forcing my mother into a corner with no other options. He used me as leverage to secretly seize all of my grandfather's wealth. Knowing I had a rebellious streak, there was no way for me to survive in this palace. He sent me into the palace under the guise of doing it for my own good. The imperial palace has buried so many souls. When I eventually die suddenly one day, he will weep a little and still remain a good father in everyone's eyes. A good husband. Too bad. I won't let him have his way. But what he never expected was that someone like Li Xuandu would be so unconventional. What I said just now was just in a fit of anger. Wan is my favorite daughter. I knew. She could never do such a thing. Wan, are you used to life in the palace? Are you eating well? Are you sleeping well? Wan, what trick did you use to make Li Xuandu fall so deeply in love with you? You, a person on the verge of death. Why are you asking so much? You rebellious daughter. Are you trying to commit patricide? I am the noble consort now. A little whisper in the emperor's ear would be enough. What can you do? Can you also be the emperor's bedfellow? You were never an obedient daughter. But Cui Ruxia is... Cui Wan. Oh, Cui Wan. Do you think you've won? Do you still want to know where your mother is buried? Sooner or later, I will make you beg me to tell you. I don't know what he said when he returned to the manor. The noble consort's sister. Doesn't that make her the future? A few days later, Cui Ruxia broke off her original engagement. She stopped avoiding me too. Every day she would come to the palace under the pretext of visiting me, wearing clothes similar to mine, and even mimicking my personality since I entered the palace. What she liked most was punishing the maids and eunuchs, making them kneel on the ground in the pouring rain, to spread a reputation of being headstrong and willful to the emperor's ears. But before she ever got the chance to appear before Li Xuandu, and accidentally fell into the water and drowned. Your Majesty, you must seek justice for your subject. The noble consort killed my daughter. What evidence do you have? My Ruxia is a good child. She never even dared to crush an ant growing up. She never made enemies with anyone. It must be Cui Wan harboring a grudge, who cruelly took her life. Your Majesty, you must seek justice for your subject. Lady Pi, is only your daughter a good child? Is my noble consort not one as well? Tell me, what kind of grudge could the noble consort possibly have against you? Your Majesty, Cui Wan is venomous. She even eats rat meat. Please, you must not let her deceive you. Enough. The noble consort is kind. I know that better than anyone. But Ruxia absolutely could not have drowned. She knew how to swim. My father went to great lengths to find the only eyewitness to this case, Consort Shu. After recovering from a serious illness, Consort Shu enjoyed wandering around. On that night, she happened to witness the incident. I had swindled so much money from her that I was already prepared to be exposed. Cui Ruxia was indeed pushed into the water by me. Cui Wan, you live a truly pathetic life. 10 years ago, my mother replaced yours. 10 years later, I will soon replace you. I am better looking than you and younger than you. Which man isn't fickle? Unless the emperor is blind. Otherwise, he will definitely fall in love with me. Cui Ruxia forgot. This is the imperial palace. There won't be a group of loyal servants helping her anymore. For me to harm her is as easy as turning over one's hand. So, she died. But what I didn't expect was that the matter between me and Li Xuandu would be seen by Consort Shu, that the matter between me and Cui Ruxia would also be seen by Consort Shu. Consort Shu, don't you make any sound when you walk? If I were gone, you'd always be short one person for your card games. This matter truly has nothing to do with noble Consort Cui. What is going on? It actually worked. Consort Shu, you cannot lie. Enough. This matter ends here. Your Majesty, that was our only daughter. Our only daughter. Then who am I? It is so simple. Just have another one. Go, pick 2 beauties, and bestow them upon Minister Cui. Consort Shu, thanks a lot. I didn't lie. After you pushed Cui Ruxia into the water, she actually climbed back out. But after you left, someone else came by. That person whose name she dared not speak must have been Li Xuandu. I was a bit surprised. Has he gone that crazy? Then if I want to get rid of Cui He and Lady Pei, wouldn't that be as easy as pie? A sudden feeling welled up inside me, a thrill of mutual pursuit with Li Xuandu. Mother, I'm sorry. I cannot accompany you just yet, but I can send my father down to join you first. Your Majesty, this consort requests a favor. Oh. What does my beloved consort desire? Grant Cui He and the Lady Pei a death sentence. I cannot. Why not? You already took care of Cui Ruxia. What is the problem with one or two more? How can you even ask that? Who allowed you to stand by such a dangerous lake? Damn it. That slap should have been a reward for him, right? As your Majesty says, how could a lowly consort like me compare to the Emperor's ministers? My beloved, don't be like this. I still prefer your fierce side. Fine, fine, fine. Whoever you point at, I shall dispose of. My beloved, you must understand, this is the way of the Emperor. I could use some trumped-up charge to easily dispose of Cui He and Lady Pei, to avenge your mother. But at the same time, you would lose the support of your maternal family. If one day I were to meet with an accident, I fear there would be no one left to protect you. Moreover, with the power struggles in court, it would be difficult for people not to use you as a pawn. I understand. Cui He and Lady Pei can go to the afterlife. But the Cui estate must remain, so I arranged for an illegitimate son of my father to show up. Cui, you actually have an illegitimate son. Lady Pei fought with my father day and night over this, smashing vases, burning the kitchen, leaving the household in constant turmoil. One winter, she passed away quietly. Everyone said. They said the shock was too much and her body just gave out. My father fell ill too. All the household affairs were turned over to his illegitimate son, Cui Wan. I want to see Wan. Your Majesty, your father wishes to see you. Wan. I think I saw your mother. If you agree to one thing, I will tell you where your mother's ashes are buried. I agree. My request is simple. Just carve this on your mother's tombstone. Wife of Cui He Lady Luo, he truly is vicious. He made my mother's life a living hell while she was alive, and after her death, he still wouldn't let her go. Mother, I've come to bring you home. Mother, you're free. My mother's name was Luo Tingyu. From now on, I am no longer Cui Wan. I am Luo Tingyu. Your Majesty, the Cui residence has sent you another letter. Ever since I moved my mother's ashes out of the Cui family plot, I don't want to have anything to do with those Cui ancestors anymore. No, don't see it. Tell them to keep their distance. In the past, I always felt like I had a death wish. The first thing I did when I woke up every morning was to figure out how to drag the whole family down to hell with me, but reality is always full of irony. Not only did I fail to die, but here in the Deep Palace, I've become the most noble woman of all. And what is more, I even gave that scoundrel of an emperor, Li Xuandu, 2 little scoundrels. Our eldest daughter, Li Changying, is 9 years old, and our young son, Li Changyuan, 7 years old this year. Their personalities are practically exact copies of Li Xuandu and me. Who is out there making a scene? Come on again. Today I, the princess, am definitely going to break your autumn wind sweeping fallen leaves technique. Your Majesty, save me. Good. You truly are my daughter. This aura of dominance, it's exactly the same as when your mother stabbed me with a sword back then. Commander, don't you dare go easy on her. If you go easy, I'm docking 3 months of your salary. Mother, sister is bullying people again. Just now, when she was practicing with her sword, she slashed the kite father gave me yesterday to pieces. My heart hurts, mother, but I won't say anything, because I know mother dotes on sister more. It's okay for me to suffer a little grievance. Oh my goodness, where on earth did he learn this over-the-top manipulative act? Where exactly did he pick this up? Son, you're wrong. The one mother dotes on most is clearly me. Second is your sister. And your last. You need to learn from your father and be a man who gives silently. A man who can be happy for days just by getting a beating. Do you understand? A beating is affection. A scolding is love. Father taught me that. First thing in the morning. What kind of nonsense are you teaching the child? My dear, the kick you gave me today was 30% harder than yesterday's. I knew you cared about me the most. Dr. Zhang is right. This man is sick, a terminal case of being a fool. There's no saving him. Finally, I can rest for a moment. The Empress Dowager is in robust health these days. Ever since the two of us formed an alliance, after cursing the late emperor back and forth a few hundred times, she has completely let loose. She doesn't even go to pray anymore. Her greatest joy each day is playing mahjong in the signing palace with Changying and Changyuan, along with Consort Shu, whom we dragged in to make up the numbers. I've cost Consort Shu her entire fortune over these past few years, yet she only grows more determined despite the setbacks. However, just yesterday, her little tricks were exposed on the spot by Changying. Auntie Consort Shu, you're cheating. Consort Shu was so furious she ate 2 extra bowls of rice on the spot. Today, how should I mess with Consort Shu next? I heard the noble consort is a peerless beauty. Seeing you today, the rumors were true. I am a desperate outlaw. Your ladyship would do best not to resist. Otherwise. Li Xuandu, do you have absolutely nothing better to do? Last month you were playing a kitchen helper in the imperial kitchen. The month before that, a frail scholar taking the exams. And today you've changed your profession to a secret guard. Does this harem have no other consorts? Must you keep picking on me alone? Who else is there when you are my only noble consort? And I have no intention of wanting anyone else in this lifetime. If you think being a secret guard is boring, I'll have Physician Zhang get some face-changing masks. How about tomorrow I dress up as your favorite blade-carrying guard? But honestly, I do look forward to what new tricks he might pull. I am a cold-hearted person by nature, yet he is like a piece of gum that just won't come off, using that shameless, persistent affection of his to stubbornly pluck away the thorns all over me, one by one, and replacing them with soft, fluffy cotton. By the way, has physician Zhang gotten rich again recently? Don't even mention it. That old man actually dared to raise the price of his anti-aging cream. I merely asked him if I had developed a fine line at the corner of my eye, and he actually said that was the mark of a mature man. Is maturity what I want? I want to be forever young and handsome. What if one day you find me old and take a liking to some young sturdy guard outside? Although he is already a father of 2 children, Li Xuandu certainly keeps his face well maintained. With his sharp brows and starry eyes, he is peerlessly handsome. Time seems to have a special affection for him. Not only has it left no trace of weariness, but it has instead settled into that unique languor and nobility of a ruler. Your Majesty, rest assured, I, your consort, hate trouble most of all. Having gone to such lengths to train a husband who can take a beating, is obedient, and can come up with all sorts of ways to please me. Where would I find the spare time to switch to a new one? Since my beloved consort is so satisfied, then this secret guard, in accordance with professional conduct, must let Her Highness properly experience the procedure today, in broad daylight. Are you crazy? Chang Ying and Chang Yuan will be coming soon. Brother, let's just go. Squat down a bit lower. Keep your back straight. Mother, my legs are sore. Don't look at me. I can't save you either. A man may shed blood but never tears. If you are so delicate, how will you protect your mother in the future? Watching this scene, I feel as if I see myself from many years ago. Back then, I was just like Chang'ing, covered in thorns, loathing everything around me. I thought that in this vast world, there was no one left who would love me, and no one worth me loving either. But now, I have them. What are you thinking about? I was thinking that my father sending me into the palace all those years ago was probably the stupidest yet most correct decision he ever made in his life. Actually, there is one thing. There is something I have never told you. A few days ago, it was your mother's, that is to say, my mother-in-law's death anniversary. I slipped out of the palace in disguise and went to the cemetery on the South Mountain. I had people plant peach blossoms all around her grave. I knelt and kowtowed 3 times before her grave. You are the emperor. Yet you knelt for an ordinary woman. Have you lost your mind? I was kneeling to the woman who gave birth to you. I told her that the little girl who was once full of despair and covered in wounds is now the most honorable imperial noble consort in this world. She has a son and a daughter, and a husband who might be a little crazy at times, but is willing to lay down his life for her. All these years, I thought I had long forgotten how to cry. I didn't cry when I was punished by the Cui family. I didn't cry when the Pei family locked me in the firewood shed. Even on the first day I came to assassinate you, my heart was filled only with determination. You're so annoying. You've ruined my makeup. You're getting on in years, yet you're acting this sappy. Isn't it cringe-worthy? Well, hit, baby. Hit harder, baby. I won't just be sappy with you now. I'm going to be sappy with you for a lifetime. Mother, Yuan Heir can't do it anymore. Look at you. How long have you even been holding it? How will you protect Mother in the future? Get up, quickly. If you cry again, you won't be a real man. Imperial Noble Consort. Consort Shu requests your presence. She has gotten anxious from losing again. This is what it means to live life. I am Luo Tingyu. I couldn't die at 18 as I had wished. But in this deep, hidden palace, I found the brightest and most lasting refuge of my life. Year after year, may there be constant peace and safety.